Welcome in. It's Michael Murray with Benzinga. This morning, I'm joined by Dominic Wells, the CEO of Onfolio Holdings. Dominic, a pleasure as always to speak with you. How are you?
Yeah, likewise. It's good to be back. I'm doing great. Thanks.
It's great to have you here. We actually had the chance to catch up with you in late 2022 at the end of Q4, almost into the holiday season. What have you and Onfolio been up to since we had the chance to speak with you last?
We've been busy. I can't remember exactly what we had achieved when we spoke last time, but since then we've just continued with our plan. Since the IPO, the idea was to use that money to acquire more online businesses, and we've continued to do that. So we announced an acquisition in January, and there were several in October, and we're just continuing to execute on that plan.
Fantastic. Okay, and once again for the audience, let's give a quick high-level overview of what Onfolio does. Can you fill us in on the audience and what exactly you guys do on a day-to-day level?
Yeah, sure. Day-to-day level is very different, but the high level is we're a holding company and we buy online businesses, and we're vertical and niche agnostic. We've got some marketing agencies. We have a couple of e-commerce businesses. We have some education courses, and we buy these businesses and then we acquire ownership and we manage them, and they're already profitable. So the idea is we just take over the execution and running those businesses so that we can double down on what's already working for the previous owner, fix what maybe wasn't working. And so, what that looks like on the day-to-day is kind of going to be different for every business. Some of them, it's about fixing the marketing. Some of them, it's about improving the operations. And I think a key thing is that we run them in a decentralized way. So every business will have its own CEO, and we're there as the kind of central holding company just to support them rather than one team trying to run so many different businesses.
Terrific. And how exactly have you been seeing AI impact the space that you're in? A very hot topic, especially recently in the last couple of months and quarters. How have you seen AI impact your industry and your sector specifically?
Yeah, that's a good question. There's a lot of noise, so everybody's kind of mind's been blown by some of the things that ChatGPT specifically can do, but also OpenAI in general. So where we're actually seeing it applied the most is with content creation, image generation, and some of it is kind of deceptive. So you see a lot of content agencies out there that have basically just stopped using humans to write content for their clients, and they're just using AI and not telling them. And then you have other content agencies are kind of going out there trying to belittle AI as much as they can because maybe they fear for their futures. And then you've got companies like us who, some of our marketing agencies, they're basically passing on the cost savings to their clients. So they're saying, hey, you can pay us to write this article with a human, or you can pay us to significantly less. We'll use AI and we'll edit it and still make sure it's readable, and can save 80% for some of those clients' costs. And then, first of all, a lot of stuff that says it's AI isn't really AI. It's just like, if-then rules and stuff, and then they're saying it's AI. But there are a lot of productivity tools coming out which are making people's lives easier. And we haven't really implemented a ton of that yet, but we're excited about it because if we can really get a handle on productivity tools and operations in the back end, then there's a chance to acquire a business that doesn't have AI kind of powering it and instantly get some cost savings on the back end. So we're excited about that, but it's still very early, and trying to sift through the noise of what is like actually useful AI and what is just hyperbole.
Absolutely. Very interesting. Okay, moving here into the future as we look ahead to Onfolio and what you guys are doing next, what are you most excited about for 2023? We're midway through Q1 here, almost coming up into March. What are you guys most excited about when you look at the future for Onfolio and the rest of this year?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I just spoke a lot about AI, so that is quite exciting. But I think bigger picture, we're just excited about continuing to grow the company, continuing to make acquisitions. We've only been public since August 2022, so a lot of people are still discovering us and getting excited about our journey as well. So we're excited about telling our story more and basically just demonstrating that we're actually doing what, everything we said we would do.
100%. And Donald, final question for you too. In such an interesting business model and such an interesting company, what are the biggest challenges that you face as a serial acquirer? What are some things that are hurdles or difficulties for you guys to overcome in your space, and especially doing what you do at Onfolio?
Yeah, and there's the kind of immediate challenge we face with that is because we buy so many different types of businesses. How do you know that you're buying a good business and that you're able to execute it and operate it well? And so that is the big challenge, is making sure we're good at doing due diligence, making sure that we're buying well, and making sure that we can find the talent to come in and operate these businesses, because usually the founder is the CEO and the founder's leaving after we acquire it. And so, yeah, those are the biggest challenges, but it's also the muscle that we're developing as a serial acquirer. So it's like, that's the thing that we do. So constant challenge, but constantly solving it as well.
Absolutely. Well, always exciting to hear about what you're up to, and certainly excited to watch the next few quarters here, the rest of your year coming up, and everything that you guys are going to do. And again, the AI piece of the discussion, very, very exciting. And thank you for lending your perspective to that. Dominic Wells, CEO of Onfolio Holdings, always a pleasure to talk with you. Take care.
Great. Thanks a lot.